Welcome to Insurance Insights. I have a special guest here today, Marissa Laditka.
Hello.
Hello. Marissa is the founder and co-owner of Intersect Studio. And Intersect Studio is the firm that we hired to do our entire agency that you guys have been seeing snippets of. And it's gorgeous and it's an amazing place to work, and it has changed our lives professionally and my life personally, because Marissa and Bill and a lot of their team have become very close friends of mine. And it's important, I want to talk today because Marissa, you are a founder, and I might be a business owner, but I'm not the founder. And I've been through learning the business and purchasing the business, but being a founder, just this right here, because founder's a whole different story. And so I'd like to start with that. I'd like to learn your runway to accomplishing that.
Well, it's really hard to keep this part brief.
Yes.
But a few things to point out. I think just on our journey and path. Grew up in Ann Arbor area with a happy, healthy family. I learned things from a very entrepreneurial family. My dad owned a business. My mom also volunteered in the community. Had a powerhouse group of people around us that worked hard. Really learned a lot about the world doesn't just give you things, and things aren't handed to you. You really have to work hard for it and be intentional. So that throughout my childhood.
That's driven by your Latvian background?
Yes, that as well. Both of my parents actually emigrated here from Latvia back during Soviet occupation. So it was really driven throughout. Both they were young when they came here, but then for us it was culture, community. Being optimistic, into it, and just really, again, being really intentional about keeping things strong, because we weren't really sure what the future looked like if you didn't. So I'd suggest that has really impacted our approach on design, culture, intentionality, making sure that your space is really authentic to who you are and who you're, where you're trying to go.
And I just need to say for a minute, because I do spend time at Bill and Marissa's, and the Latvian culture is just amazing, and it's inclusive. So while they all speak Latvian, and we go for traditional like summer solstice celebrations and things, this is just a thread that runs through not only, I feel, your personal life, but your professional life as well, is that culture, you bring people in. You bring people in, and you're not closed off to your own. You want to learn about everyone.
Because we like good people.
And invite, it's just, I'm just telling you, you work with Intersect Studio and they get you. So
that's
go
very
ahead.
kind.
Continue.
So professionally, went to Western for design school. My background is interior design,
Yes.
and worked at a small interior only firm where I had the opportunity to really dive into all aspects of projects, working directly with clients, identifying kind of the project needs and scope and strategy, and worked on, I was driven on hospitality and workplace design, and really kind of creating great experiences.
Yeah.
From there, I had the opportunity to kind of work at a larger firm that truly it was an interesting path, because I wasn't really expecting to take that twist.
And a little more corporate?
Yeah, it was bigger, more engineering focused,
Okay.
and but I took the opportunity to go check it out, and someone there I had met that really blew my socks off, as far as not in that way at that time, certainly. But that's where I met Bill. He had actually hired me many years ago, and so we found incredible alignment in our passion and approach to design and people. And I've never met anybody, even with his drive and passion, that was as similar to where I was coming from. And so it was really fascinating working with both the Native American communities there and culture and infusion, and then also some workplace things that we did both with that same group that we were with there that gave us this aha moment of really driving our path and starting Intersect Studio, because where we were at that moment was a solid, great culture, but it wasn't really what aligned to us. With
Not reflective of you, right?
Yeah, so we launched Intersect Studio 6 years ago. We have, thank you.
And just booming.
And yes,
wonderful.
so we have a dozen awesome employees and incredible clients that we're working with. So.
Thank you. Okay, and I know this is brief, but we're getting two things now. We were very honored. You have chosen us as your insurance agent and agency, and we appreciate that. And this is our vlog. So can you just maybe just a couple of things, what did you learn about us? Why are you comfortable with us?
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's clear that you're approachable. Every interaction that we have with the agency is truly, it's solution driven.
Yeah.
Bill was telling me even about how he's like, truly every time I call Adam, it's about finding the right solution. He asks the right questions.
Always.
It's not just like, oh, here it is. It's, okay, what are you trying to get to, and what's your options for solutions? And it's a similar approach, and I think it's totally driven in the same path as what we're looking for.
Very good. Thank you. But Adam's really good. So, well, we can't let this go without touching on being a woman in business, especially business ownership, has its challenges, its joys, all of it. So can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's fierce, to be honest. It's interesting because I would suggest that in today's world, really it's not being a female in business. I mean, I don't feel like being a female hasn't limited me.
No.
Other than I have drive that I want to be an incredible mom, an awesome wife, a fierce business owner that's pursuing my passions and doing great things for others while also leading a healthy lifestyle. So like doing all of those things.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know. I don't know how.
No, it's not good.
It's wonderful.
That's where the challenges lie, and it's just about being intentional and giving your best to all of those things, but having grace to recognize like what your best can be at every different day.
Very good. So that's profound, right there. That's giving grace, and the days are different.
Oh yeah,
that's
your best.
Really
you're doing your best at every moment.
That's really good.
Your best is different all the time.
Yeah. Okay, take that nugget. That's an amazing nugget. Okay, so I could have her on every week. Okay, so but we're gonna go to the speed round because I like the speed round and I want to hear and I love these things. So just to get to know you, Marissa, everybody a little bit better. I don't know if you have time for TV in your life. You probably don't. But everybody's binge watching. What's the latest, greatest binge watch you've done?
It's been years, I'd say, but COVID gave us some time there for a minute.
Good.
I'd say Versailles on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, really well done. Cinematography, great storyline, well acted, and very well designed fashion.
Yeah. So working with people with that brain side is amazing
really well
to hear because I'm like,
it's smart too.
Simpsons, so. No. Okay, Versailles on Netflix.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, so and what is your favorite sound?
That is a funny question. I'd say my kids playing their instruments, which is funny, but I'll be very positive about it. But it's very fulfilling, just like, oh my gosh, that Arlo plays the violin, Brick started playing the piano, and I'm like, okay, like they're getting it. They're very early in their stages, but
it's pleasing. I can relate to that. Okay, so how about on your nightstand, and knowing you, there are probably 20 books. but pick a title,
The
and they're all
stack of, like,
business
this.
improvement, this and that. Yes. So,
Have you been in a room? That's weird.
Well, I broke
No,
in,
I'm
but
not.
no. So, what? Give us a title.
Actually, I recently discovered this book, and it also has an aligning podcast that is called Herding Tigers, and it's about leading creative teams, and it's real and has a ton of insight, and I feel like I need to read it 50 times.
Yes.
So I'm on time 1. But
I love it, Herding Tigers, because, and also if you work with Intersect Design or Intersect Studio, and I call them design because they're designers, but that's wrong. Intersect Studio, that they're all tigers. It's amazing. There are no sheep in this place. They're all tigers. So fierce, and I love that. I'm
but
gonna
very
pick that title up.
tame and cuddly.
Okay, so last thing.
Yep.
This is a tough one. What would you like to be remembered for?
I'd say the impacting and helping others really live their most fulfilled life in a optimistic, through optimism, love, and gratitude, and design.
It's just beautiful, and you are. I can't tell you how grateful I am for your friendship and for your business. That's a sideline, but it really is. Thank you for being here. I know it's brief, but thank you, everybody. Stay safe and stay insured, and get your design on. Go talk to people and design your life, because it's beautiful. It's worth it. Thank you, Marissa.
Thank you.